Alright guys, I figure when the other video is uploaded now, which, you know, YouTube, you never know how long, couple hours, couple days. So today I got this grill for my birthday yesterday. So I guess we'll do a video putting it together. It's a charcoal, it's got a smoker on the side and all that, which I just bought one the other week. But that's gas, so charcoal can be nice, especially in like a homestead prepper kind of way. If the power does go out and then you run out of gas, then you can use this and just go out there and get all kinds of sticks and whatever, and you can burn in there and you can cook. So it's handy to have both. So, plus you can, that one you really can't smoke stuff real easy. This one, you know, you get your little fire going in the side box, all that. But you're probably here to see this get put together. Hopefully I can help you guys out. All right, so that was a quick little time lapse. We got everything laid out. Found the instructions and the hardware. They usually give you some kind of wrench, but usually sucks. There's the hardware. Apparently there's no H, or they forgot to put it in there, one or the other. So I guess we'll find out. This one actually, I don't know if it's a kit or whatnot. This actually comes with a grill cover. It actually got some weight to it, so that was a nice thing. Even though it's gonna be under the porch a little bit, it still gets the crud on it, I guess. And lots of plastic. And in here we'll tell you what you need, as in tools. All right, this is what you need right here. Got your Phillips and your, it's like a crescent wrench, adjustable wrench. I guess you could use a pair of pliers if you wanted. All right, first step is to get the base. So we get all them curvy tubes and that grate. So you can look and see where it attaches. You need 6 A's. A's up here. There's 36 of them, so that should be this one here. Now, a tip, if you're working on a porch like this, make sure you put your screws on like a mat or something, because they're gonna fall through you're gonna drop one, it's gonna fall in the crack. So always put it on something. Just cut yourself a little hole in the back, not a real big hole, just enough where you can grab some pieces. Need your grate and all your bendy tubes. They all labeled. All right, you find your RB and your LB. They go together like that. Now, they don't bolt together. So you want to find the piece like this. It's in this box. And you look at the instructions, and it's showing this little hook facing down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna screw the one end in. So when I get the other end, I can screw it in to make it a little bit easier. It's also showing it the last set of holes. And you just get it started a little bit. Now you don't want to tighten this down yet, you just want to start it just a little bit where it'll swing. And then your other one is going to be your LB and your LF. And your LF is across from LB. And you'll get this thing started too. It's the only set of holes that the holes are threaded, so it's only gonna fit in one spot. And you can tighten it just a little bit to where it's just a hair snug, where it ain't flopping all over the place. This is what I'm gonna do, make sub assemblies. Get the one side. If you look at it, it's the curved piece with this piece on it. You're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna make sure you're gonna be vertically crossed. So this is RF. RF goes to LF. And then just like this. Same thing. It's only got the two that are threaded, so it's gonna go all the way up here. Well, that's your two assemblies. Now it shows the screen going on the bottom, but if you try to put this on the bottom, there's no bolts here, so it's just gonna fall apart. Let's check the second page real quick. Yeah, see, I guess I expect you just to hold it together because it puts the tires on. So, to stand this up, and these will just hook into the little holes at the bottom of the feet. I guess that'll keep it from popping out. Then let's go ahead and tighten on your screws. There's that. And you're gonna find your little metal bar. Get your metal bar. Get your tires. Through the very bottom hole. Crust. There'll be two little pins right here. That should be number E. There's your E's right here. It's like a little Carter pin. It's just gonna hold tires on. Sometimes you might need a pair of needle noses to push them down. You ain't gonna roll this far anyway because this is fall apart. These little plastic spacers should go up against the metal tube. I guess keep the wheels from rubbing. One thing working out in the heat and you wear glasses, get yourself a sweatband because it just starts dripping on your glasses and just it's a pain. So okay, tires are on. Next is the box, which you can see the tires, which are really weirdly drawn. Like, okay. Anyway, opening goes towards the wheels, so that's good. So we need A and C. Where's C go? C goes right up underneath there. Alright, C is the only nut, but A, you need 5 A's. Which this plate has a tab on it, and that's where the nut and bolt goes. The rest of these go into the tubing, which you want to start loosely. Get a few threads where it ain't gonna fall out, because all this stuff has to be kind of all lined up. So just start each one, a few threads where it can't fall out. And once we get all the bolts in, then we'll go tighten them down. Now, every now and then you're probably gonna come across the hole that's not gonna line up right, and you might have to drill it. So I got the 4 bottom ones in. I got these 4 bottoms. And the 5th one, we need to find C, the nut, and get it lined up. And once it's lined up, tighten everything down. All right. Now we got that. We're a little ways there. So we got the wheels, we got the firebox on, all that good stuff. Now we're gonna move on to the top lid. We'll move on to the top lid. We need 5 of the number 5. D, we only need 2. It's like a shouldered bolt. You're gonna look for your D slot. We're gonna get 2 of these. And then we're gonna find the top, which should be right behind me. And that's gonna go, got a hole right there. It's got like a little hinge. It's gonna sit down in here. Oh. It just made, but this thing, this some bitch aggravating, I'll tell you that. The hinge part goes on the outside of this. The lid seems pretty big. I can get my hand up under here. We got the one side started, so we're pretty good there. And we slide the other side over. And give it a good old tighten down. Alright, the top is on. Now they want us to do the handle and the chimney and the thermostat. Thermostat will be easy. It's right there in the box. Wing nut, boom. I just did that one to get it out of the way. It's one less piece to be laying around. It's all little easy pieces. Next, we'll just do the handle. It should be in here too. Got your chimney. There's a little chimney. Not a handle. Just looks like, yep. What do we got here? Here's the handle. Yeah, we got 2 handles because the other smoker part has a little, it has the handle too. Here's the handle. So it looks like it takes A's again. It says 4, but it's 2. Oh, okay. Jimmy's got 2 bolts, handle's 2 bolts, so it says 4, so that's right. So we'll get the handle on, and that'll be one less thing out of the way. Which handle's gonna need 2 nuts too. I guess they didn't, in my other grill they threaded this part of the handle. They didn't have to worry about having a nut, but now we need 2 more of the C's. I put the nut on the inside. This looks a little better on the outside. And you don't have that nut sticking out with a piece of bolt. So that's on. So one thing left to go is the chimney. And that will be 2 A's and 2 C's. Sounds like a brawl collection. Same thing, just get 1 bolt, 1 nut. Get it started. Put your chimney on. I guess it's preference of which way you want, one way or the other way. It's up to you. Which probably not. Let's see how the hole is. Alright, yeah. Then you want your little lid stack thing towards back. And just end like this. And same thing. Just put your bolt through there. Run your bolt through. Put your nut on the inside. Now what you can do, if you want, go Tractor Supply or Lowe's or something and get some fire putty. And put a little bit of putty around the inside of that, then put it on, tighten it down, and then it'll keep smoke from leaking out. If that, you know, if it matters to you. All right, that is the next page done. On to the next page. All right, next page we're putting the little front part on the grill, like the little work area, which is gonna use 6 of the A's again, 2 of the nuts, and we need 2 of these brackets. These 2 brackets, which will go this way. Open part facing out, flat part facing in. Yeah, got the curves. Here's your shelf. That part's threaded in there. Same thing with that part. It's gonna go right here. So what I would do is, I'd probably put these on now. Just everything, you know, kind of loose. Because then we get these up here and there. You're not trying to hold a bunch of different stuff. Now you're gonna put one through. And you can line it up. Or get your screwdriver. I'd get your screwdriver behind it to hold it. And you can line her up. Get started about halfway probably. Or to where it's almost, you know, it's not snug, but we got some wiggle room. Now careful inside here, you ain't got much room, and there's like a little lip. That's catching my hand. All right, so that's on, and you just got your little feet up under here, which is gonna be 2 of this, 2 of the A's and 2 nuts. So your A's are gonna go through the bottom bracket. You're gonna push this up until you line it into the hole, and then you're gonna need 2 of the nuts. They're gonna go on the inside. They go in here, you have to lift up on it, get it lined up. Same thing, just start it a little bit, and then start the next one over here. There you go. Now we're gonna tighten all 4 of those down. And then we'll move on to probably the side box, looks like. So I tighten the ones down. Then you can do the platform here. Just watch when you're pushing up and down at the same time. Like keep your hand behind it. If you slip off, you're gonna have a bad day. You shoot a pizza when you French fry. Okay, yeah, we're bolting the side smoker, the little round part, to the top part. Let's grab that. I get you 2 pieces. So just check real quick. See, there's an opening, and there's not an opening. Get your opening, and then not an opening. Which, let's see, that's got 3 holes. Boom, 3 holes. Yep. And this has 3 holes. That's not right. This part here, that bolts to the grill. And this is our no hole part we're looking for. So we're gonna go back over to here. We're gonna make this box, just like that. We'll screw together. Like sometimes you just gotta fast forward to the instructions a little bit and kind of look. Cause I don't know, they had 3 holes in this side, and there's no holes in this one. So. If you have a screwdriver, sometimes you can start on there a little bit and push it through. Same thing with this, you're gonna start all 4 screws loose. And same thing with this, you could go get some like fireplace putty or whatnot, or high temp RTV sealer, and put around this before you seal it up. And then it'll keep smoke from coming out. where you get a little more efficient burn. So now we got them all started, kind of lined up, and optional if you want to put your RTV sealer on there. That's put together. I just had to backtrack a little bit. Next side is a little air vent. Each one piece. Here's your other piece. Oh, it's actually a little door too. It's just, I can't believe how thin this stuff is. So this is gonna go onto here. I did it backwards. Looks like it can go on the inside and then it'll stick on the outside, so you have your little lever. Unless you want to reach on the inside and do it. Probably not. All right, so we're gonna need an A and a C. Same thing. Always run that and then put the nut on the inside. Just that's a long bolt for that. I think they would have used one of the D's that were shorter. Shorter D's. Alright, if you make it too tight, you're not gonna be able to move it, but snug it. Apparently it doesn't close all the way either. Alright, so we got that. It's together. 2 B's for the little door. Disappointed in this grill. It's like the hinges wrong where it doesn't sit flush. It actually covers up the. That's not being retarded. Possibility. But so they got the hinge on wrong where it doesn't sit flush. 2, the bolt hole where you can latch this can't line up. So that's on. The next we got to put. Once I put the lid on, I'm not gonna do that. I want to bolt it on there and then put the lid on. It's rolling around on the ground is a damn mess. And the handle. So we're gonna need half screw. Oh, okay. Yeah, you want to half screw your screws into here because it has slotted holes that go in and click down. So we are gonna need A again. A. So we should put that door on later. The A, we're gonna go the 2 that are like in the middle of the oval. We're gonna put on each side. And again, if you want to try and make this work too, you get RTV sealer and put around this lip to seal it. Then you just take it over. There's 2 slotted holes. Slide them through. And right in. Then you want to walk the screw down just until it touches. You want to be able to have room to move it. Then you gotta line up 4 other ones. We need 4 more going there. So get all 4 started and then tighten them all down. But I do recommend the RTV seal around it too. Alright, all the screws are in the side. There's the lid. Now we'll do the lid and stuff where it's a little bit easier because you don't have to crawl out on the ground and try to assemble all of it. So actually right now we'll just put the handle on. Well, let's put the lid on first. And there's the lid, which is B. All right, here's the lid. It's just odd they used 3 hinges, like they just used some old door hinges or something, and they only got 2 holes for each one. So yeah, it's odd. Let me grab the screws. I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty decent. It's just the materials are not decent. Like I could probably grab this thing and just crush it, honestly. And just the amount of, like, this should have been one piece, then you wouldn't have to worry about a gasket. Then it's attaching to there. It has a lip, but you probably want RTV sealer. Probably recommend that. So we're gonna need B. B's gonna be these little tiny guys. Same thing, just start one at a time. You don't want to try to hold all of them because you drop them, you won't find most of them. You at least want one in each hinge. Same thing, walk it down a little bit. I think these hinges line up all right. That's good. Oh yeah, and when you tighten this down, I can notice when you tighten, try not to press down too much. You're gonna put a dent through the top of it. I'd use my impact driver. I got a little Milwaukee impact driver, but it's super loud, so I'm just gonna use a screwdriver right now for you guys. And there's a little part up here. It's like a little, like, lid catch. Let me try. Oh, I see it. I see it. I thought it was just a piece of plastic in there, but nope, that's it. About threw it away. Such a tiny little thing. Now this thing has a little, it's gonna go in the hole first and then down. And it gets 1 nut and 1 A. The same thing, just run your nut through the top to the inside. I'm pretty sure it was A, right? Yeah, 1A. Just tighten it on down. Next, we'll do the handle. It's much easier to do it when it's already on this side, so would recommend. Alright, handle time. Same thing, handle with A. 1A, 1B. Just do one at a time. It doesn't really look like there's orientation to them. They're just standard. Handles on. So what do we got next? Shouldn't be a whole lot. Probably insert some grates and whatnot. Well, they wanted you to put your little bolt in for your swingy dealy. Oh, I did mess up. Okay. So the hinge system isn't that bad. I just messed it up. I got that. I'll show you what I did. Alright, it's easy to make this mistake. I've done it with door hinges sometimes. Although, it would make the hinge out more. But this is why it's off. Let me get this off here real quick. Just like a door hinge, you want to put it on, well, you want to open this up. Now you want to put it this way, so then it'll close and it'll actually line up. So that was my fault. Because that's how they have the hinges up there. So, but then they have these like an actual door hinge where you have to install it. So that one, that'd be why it's off a little bit. I just seen the little figure on there on a different page. They should have had it. So I anticipate some people running into this problem. So just make sure you put your hinge on with the thing open first. There. Now, see, the bolts are going to keep it out a little bit, so it's not going to close good. But now your little latch thing will work, which is one of them shoulder bolts, which we used on the hinge here. So I'm going to grab one of those. I was wondering why there was an extra one. Extra two. What could the other one be for? But, yep, you just put your little shoulder bolt in here. Give it a little tighten down. And there you go. Now you could probably loosen them screws, just a little slop and kind of mess with it a little bit, but you can thank me in the comments when you do the same mistake and come and check it out. But open your door, put your screws in, then you can close your door. Okay, let's get back to what's next. If you do pay attention now, has check mark yes, X no, but it doesn't it doesn't show it good. I kind of skipped over it. I do that sometimes. So you may catch it. So next, we did our handle. We put our dealie on, and we did not run. Where's that at? Oh yeah. On the inside, that one cross bracket, it has a little lip that sticks out. So we got to put A. So let's see. A is going to be another one of these. And there should be already a threaded part on the inside of this. Look. Yes, threaded part on the inside. So you're just going to line your bracket up from under the grill. Now make sure you get that bottom one in because it keeps the whole thing from swaying back and forth. Start these up a little bit. So if it won't line up, pull it towards you or push it away. We got that. So now we're going to throw the grates in, which is just your pan and then your grate. Important to have that in the bottom of one of these because it's super thin. See, this is what the whole grill should have been made out of, like a lot thicker. And then the burn pan should be a lot thicker than this. But you have to turn it on an angle and get it up in there. Set it down in there and then get your rack, which is 26. Which I feel like that's not it. That seems a little big. They don't have the racks labeled, so I'm gonna guess it's these two. It's not really showing them two pieces. But I'm gonna go on a limb. Yes, it's them two pieces. They go together. I'm sure there's a breakdown of all the parts somewhere. I don't know. They got numbers. But there was no numbers on it. So the two grates are for the little one. All right, and it's time for the side. So it's showing you're gonna take your two screws, screw them in halfway because the shelf's gonna slide down on top of it. A lot of grills do that. And that's your good old A bolts again, which we are about out of them. I think we're gonna use the last 4. See how it has that little keyhole? And your screws are gonna be in your grill, and then they'll just slip in and click. That's why you wanna leave it out a little bit so you can, help hold it. And that'll be your top 2. I would imagine you gotta open the lid because the lid's probably gonna be in the way. Boom. Slip it on there. Now we get the other 2. Screw them in, tighten it all down. This is it. It may hold it, but I hate to have nice steaks on there. Price of them nowadays. And it to fall. Alright, so we got our side shelf on. To the next page. Next page is these little metal handle dealies. Hooks go on to the inside of it. My take on it. So you want that, you don't want all the coals sitting on this thing, it'll screw it up. You want them on the rack. So this is gonna click in here. You want to get it in the middle. And it's gonna hold it up because it's gonna suspend. That's how I would do it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. Because then it's got your pan hanging down, your grates up a little bit, and coals will sit on it, and the embers will fall down through into it. And you can raise it up and down, adjust your heat. They're pretty vague with their stuff. And the last Carter pins, you got your rack here. Here's your, apparently it falls apart. I feel like it's upside down. It's upside down. Gotta be upside down. There you go. So at the ends, there's these little itty bitty holes. That's where your card pin's gonna go through. Well, no card pins down here? I guess not. Alright. You got your 2 holes in the lid. Your solid bar will go in and then in. And then right down here in the side, there's a little tiny hole. And them 2 little things just kind of pop in. I'm just going to pop it through. Carter pin, you can either pop them all the way through or pop it through to the center part. Alright, so that is on Carter pin, bam, bam, bam. And flip it over. Got our 2 grates. Got your 2 grates. They just kind of flop around there, but they're in. And the last thing, if you want, you take your S hooks and hang them right here. Give them some S hooks. You can hang your spatulas. Wherever you want to hang from there. Alright, well that is it. Should be. Now, get some charcoal, put it in both ends, light it, just let it burn. Maybe do it 2 or 3 times. You want to get all that just stuff off of it. All that shipping oil and whatever's on it off of it. All in all, fairly easy to put together. Don't take too long. Pretty flimsy if you ask me. It just depends what price you get it for. I got it as a gift, so I can't complain. So, I appreciate you guys watching. Like and subscribe, and more shenanigans to show up later. Stay safe, grill some stuff, have a good time.